Howdy fine folks out there in YouTube land. How's y'all doing? If you hear what sounds like a Great Dane trying to break through the door, it's not. It's a small puppy. And she's not coming in until she relieves herself. Or has had time to relieve herself. Since she hadn't left the door, it's going to be a minute. So this is my Keto Week 16 weigh-in. I'm very happy with the results, and I'll tell you all about those in a minute. I'm kind of shocked about the results. I've had a really off week. And losing weight kind of helps stop it, Jake, again. Losing weight kind of helps when you can sleep well, when you can eat well, and when you can you just be properly rested. And we had my grandson all week long. Love that baby as I do, but he takes moments where he just won't sleep. So I was up till 8:30 in the morning one morning because my husband did not listen to me. He said, sure, you can sleep with your mama and grandpa. And Zach spent all night standing on his head in between my legs, doing somersaults, flipping over us. Yeah, 8:30 in the morning, this kid finally went down, and I had to take him in to with his daddy for him to go to sleep. And wow, it was a rough night. And then of course there was nights after that where I got very little sleep. And that day where he went to sleep at 8:30, I only slept for 4 hours that morning after he finally fell asleep. So yeah. And then Saturday we get a call from my cousin who's out of town. His wife, who's a very small woman, she might be 5 foot tall, and at the most, she weighs like 120 pounds. So she's a very small person. Well, she's been riding her motorcycle, and she loves it. It's a decent little bike and all that. Well, she had a wreck on her motorcycle right down the road from our house. And when we got there, and to her credit, to her severe credit, this girl was up walking around. And somebody had done stop and helped her move her bike off the road. But they left her there. They just helped her move her bike. Nobody called 911, nothing. So we called 911 because she's crying with her shoulder and saying she can't breathe. And she's in a lot of pain. So the EMS come and take her. And of course turned out she had a broken shoulder, a punctured lung, broken ribs. You know, laying your bike down is just not good. In which the same thing happened to my dad like 4 years ago now. Him and ironically enough, the same cousin was with him when it happened, and one of his brothers too. Well, one of my cousins and one of my daddy's brothers were with my dad, and he laid his bike down, and broken ribs, punctured lung, broken shoulder. Of course, my dad's was a little bit worse. He was wearing a different kind of helmet, so he also had a fractured skull and a broken nose. So it took him. He was only in the hospital a week though. So like I said, to his credit, these people are tough as nails, because after all that, I'm trying not to get out of the hospital. Let me tell you, we just going to stay right there, be still, not do nothing else. But, of course, he came home, fixed his motorcycle, and got back on it. Y'all know it. If y'all know a biker, y'all know how it goes. The first thing they ask about, how's my bike? How's my bike, folks? How's my bike? So, anyway, it's been kind of an interesting week for me, and, of course, for her as well, because, yeah, she's got some healing to do now. And it's going to be a road ahead of her. But, so coupled with those two things, and then also, oh my God, also, if you've watched any of my videos before, you know that I don't normally have PMS, or period, because I've had a IUD for 9 years. Well, 2 of them altogether for 9 years. So I haven't had a period in 9 years until 3 months ago. I'm on my 3rd period now, and they're getting more, they're becoming regular, and they're starting to actually be an issue, and I don't want it to be an issue, and honestly, I don't want it at all. But for ladies with PCOS or trying to conceive, apparently keto is the right way to go. So anyway, being Shark Week, as they call it, and the stresses of my week, I was really shocked by my results. Happily shocked by my results, thank goodness. And then also confused, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But I'm going to tell you about some off-scale victories real fast, because yay. Now, I showed y'all in my last video, sitting in the car with like that much room between me and the steering wheel, when 4 months ago, my tummy was rubbing that steering wheel, and I'm very, very short, so I have to pull my seat really close. So I couldn't wear a thick sweater and drive a car. I couldn't. I can't now. I can wear what I want to now and drive. Problem is I have to put my seat even closer now because when your butt shrinks, you also don't sit up quite as high or far out. So now it's like my legs aren't as long, but they are, but they're not. And, well, anyway. So the night that my cousin's wife had her motorcycle accident, I drove my dad. Well, my dad drove me down there, and when he brought her bike back, he rode it home, and I drove his truck. I couldn't reach the damn pedals. I was sitting there, I was like this far from the back of the seat trying to drive this truck, and I've never had this problem before in my life. I don't even remember having that problem the first time I weighed this. But I also do remember putting pillows behind my back, so, you know, I guess when I drive these bigger trucks from now on, I'm going to have to take a pillow with me. Which is okay, it's cool. I also nearly killed myself on a tank top. If y'all have noticed my videos, sometimes I wear these little strappy tank tops. And when I first got them, they were snug, they fit well. Well, I've lost a good bit of weight now, so I was walking down my hallway the other day. The damn thing slides off my shoulders, straight down my body and around my feet. I'm in mid-stride, and I nearly killed myself. I almost fell. I mean, I was tripping all over that thing, trying to not, you know, hurt myself. Y'all know I pulled all sorts of stuff. My back hurts. Everything hurts. So, you know, that's another thing. But I tell you, it sure does. This diet is sure worth it. And everything that's going on with me, I'm so thankful for it. You know, there's a lot of reasons people go on diets or try to get healthier. And, you know, for one, for overall health reasons, and for two, to feel better and to look better. But the main reason I started this is because I love my grandson. I love my kids too, don't get me wrong, but they're older, and if something were to happen, they could probably maintain themselves. My grandson, however, is 4 years old, and while I believe his daddy can do a good job and raise him like he's supposed to, he's always done a good job with him, I'd like to be there. And when I was walking by my grandson the other night, he goes, Mama, well, he says, Mama Joni. I said, what, baby? He said, I love you. I said, I love you too. And he goes, will you stay with me forever? I was like, yes, Mama is not going anywhere. So, you know, I have really got to get healthy. I got to get my game on. I got to, yeah, because forever is a long daggone time. So we're going to try to live forever for that baby. So I'm going to tell you right fast, my son, who has been doing keto a week after I started, so he's on week 15, he started out weighing 200 pounds, or right at. The most we've ever seen on him was 205, but I don't know, because he didn't weigh himself right away when he first started. So let's just say he weighed 200. He weighs 170 now. So in 16 weeks he went to from 200 to 170, which is 30 pounds off of him. I'm switching his pants out. I'm loaning him some of his daddy's jeans because his jeans are falling off his rear end and everywhere else. And he doesn't dress like that. He dresses normal, somewhat. But I think that's amazing. That's a wonderful feat. And he hasn't been keto the whole time either. He mostly does keto, but if he goes to the movies, he'll have popcorn. If he goes out with his buddy, he'll have Mexican food or spaghetti or whatever he wants to eat. They tend to go to good places to eat. So, and I kind of sort of cheated, but I really didn't. I'll tell you. We went, my son was going to take me to Wendy's. I said, hey boy, let's go to Wendy's. I'm hungry, and you had to buy. He said, okay, why not? So we set out to go to Wendy's, but instead he wanted to go to Domingo's, which is a Mexican restaurant. I couldn't tell you the difference between a taco, a burrito, and a quesadilla. To be honest with you, I've only eaten at a Mexican restaurant 3 times in my life. I've had Taco Bell plenty, but I don't really guess that's Mexican food exactly. So when we went there, I looked at the menu, and it may as well have been in Spanish. I didn't know what the hell none of it was. And I finally just said, you know what, I'll get whatever you're getting. And he got me a chicken cheese quesadilla. So right away, I see it's in a tortilla. But I'm here, and I ate it. And I didn't have a problem with eating it, because I had not ate all day, and it was already 5 p.m. I was starving. And quite honestly, you could have put anything in front of me, and I'd ate it. And they did, because it also came with guacamole, which I've never tried in my life. And It's alright. I'm not real, didn't really do nothing for me either way. I'm not in love and I'm not repulsed. So it was good. It was a good meal. But I also didn't eat all day long after that. So I had that one meal for the day. And by my estimation, it was 28 grams of carbs. And it was only like almost 400 calories. So all day long, I couldn't even get MyFittnessPal to work because you can't hit that button on the bottom to submit your entry unless you've ate at least 1,000 calories. So I couldn't submit that day, but I really was convinced it was going to kick me out of ketosis because, I mean, you know, it's a quesadilla. But being that that's all I ate that day, my carb count was just 28, and I didn't get kicked. So, okay, I'm going to get to my weigh-in now. I know that's probably why y'all tune in, but anyway. So, my week 16 keto, I started out at 311.8. Last week, I was 267. This week, I was 263.8. That is a 3.2 pound loss. Yay, me. And honestly, I lost most of that from last Monday till Wednesday. And then after that, it just pretty much stayed the same. So, that's when I started my lady issues. So that's probably why. All right, and then 3.2 pounds. Only 2 inches. And last week, it was like I lost 2 pounds in like 12 inches. So I really don't get that, but I do feel like my tummy's a little bloated. So maybe that's what it is. Plus PMS. Everything swells a little bit. So maybe that's what it is. But anyway, altogether, it's 48.2 pounds. I was so hoping to reach that 50-pound mark this week, but I knew I'd have to lose 5 in 1 week, and that's just not normal. So, well, when you come later into keto, it's not normal. But 48.2, hopefully I'll be at that 50 next week. Y'all will be seeing some celebration. If it comes before then, y'all know I'm going to get on here and make an update. I can't help it. It's too exciting to wait for a whole week. Anyway, altogether, 77 3/4 inches gone off my body. I can't even tell you how wonderful that is. Wonderful that is. So I'm going to stand up and show you what I look like this week. But I don't know it's going to do any good. I'm wearing a really oversized t-shirt. And if you're from North Carolina, you know that people around here either bleed Duke blue or Carolina blue. Well, I bought a Carolina shirt because I liked it. And it was oversized and it was comfy. And my husband's like, oh, you are not wearing that to bed with me. Because he bleeds Duke blue. Anyway, the shirt is oversized. The pants are form-fitting, but you're not really going to see too much. So I'm going to stand up and walk back there anyway, so that if I want to look back on something, I'll have something to look back on. But like I said, it's probably not going to be much different. Or you're not going to tell. But anyway, watch that, baby. Let's see if I can maybe make it a little bit more form-fitting here. Well, I'm a roly-poly thing. Look at that. Hold up. You know, do it this way. But you know what's really cool is that, you know, I can now stand on one leg and do whatever I need to do. I couldn't do all that before without falling on my head. Come here, Jake. Come in here. Come here. This is Jake, my big pretty Labrador, who is an attention-seeking whore. I'm going to be covered in dog hair now. So, that's what I look like. That's my weekly update. 3.2 pounds lost. 2 more inches down, making it a total of 48.2 inches gone, and a total of 77 3/4 inches away. Much love to you. I'll see you before the end of the week, probably to do some other kind of video. I'm not really even sure yet, but I'm going to goof off a little bit. Y'all have fun, and I'll see you soon.